Here?
Yes, he's introducing himself today.
As yeah.
Don't.
Every friend request I got in the last week. No, I didn't get no friend
You
request.
got a what?
So every friend request I got in the last week, yeah, after you said my name, nah, I didn't get any friend requests, but it's like everybody was like, "Hey, I know that guy." Yeah, look his name up real quick. It's like,
Oh yeah,
no.
I was like, oh wait, what? I'm fucking slow. I swear. Let me see if this
No.
thing is on. Uh, I have to like wash clothes. That's why what's it called? I took forever.
What do you do that doesn't take forever? I think that's a shorter list.
What?
Things that you do that don't take forever. I think that's a shorter
Nothing.
list. Then
I
okay,
literally take forever with everything.
okay,
Maybe
that makes
eat.
sense.
I can eat in
I
under
could
5 minutes.
eat fast.
Okay. All right. I'm good. Let's go. That's probably the only thing.
Y'all still eating? I'm done. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm actually eating right now. It's a little ghetto today, guys. But you know what? That's the business of show business. I couldn't even say that without laughing.
Ghetto fabulous.
The next Wendy Williams. Did you see that she farted? Have you seen her farting
No,
clips?
I don't watch the show. Like I'll watch a clip every once in a while if I come across it, but I don't like search it out or like know like the T or whatever. I go on Wendy Williams. I saw someone called her like a uppercase letter P one time, and that made me laugh. But other than that, I don't really like listen to her stuff.
Yeah, no, she's oh, I was like, why am I so dark? I forgot to turn on my lights. I was like, what the fuck? Hold
Yeah, I
on.
didn't turn my lights on either. I wasn't even thinking about it to be honest. It's a
I
little
was
too
like, what
bright.
the fuck is that noise? It's the fucking laundry thing. I swear.
Your bird? Oh,
No.
was your bird the good Pontius Pilate?
Poncho, yes. She's still
Every time I
alive
think
and
about it,
kicking. I
the
know, I
show,
always remember that from time to time too.
I was like, what?
Like
I
this one. I look
was like, you know who that is? She's like, yeah. So,
I
all
don't know.
right.
You know what? That's my parents. Yeah, I look a little brown in this one. I mean, I look brown
Fine.
regardless. But
Yeah, I was like, that's how you're born, but it's fine. I mean, whatever.
that's so funny. My baby daddy's sister, because her daughter's like really light skinned
Hmm.
and she has straight hair, so she looks like a white girl. And they were like, they told me that she's like, well, I'm white because my skin is white. And then she said, she's like, no, you're a Mexican woman. And then I was like, yes. I was like, you are not a white woman. You are a Mexican.
It's like either tell you now or let you get hurt so bad, your feelings hurt so bad later on.
Yeah,
I'd
with the
rather just
white
tell you
folks.
now so you don't like have any ridiculous expectations. You know,
Yeah.
they'd be like, well, you know,
I had a coworker
you're
who's like,
like
what? I'm
you're
sorry.
not like that. It's like you're not like actually white. You're just like really, 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 really light.
Mm-hmm.
Like just get to her come home like, Mom, I thought I was white. No one ever touched that. Yeah,
I was like, why did you ever
that's what you
think that?
that's what you told you. So I like my homeboy. He said his brother thought the same thing when he was little. He thought he was white because like they he like he's Mexican too, but he's like, yeah, you know, I'm white because I'm from this neighborhood. He's like, what? That doesn't make you white just because you were born, you know, or lived in this neighborhood. He's like, well, y'all lived in another neighborhood. Y'all are Mexicans. Like, we just we just brought your Mexican ass over here with us. Like, it's not, not how that works. Not
That's funny.
how that works.
But yeah.
I was gonna laugh at that.
Yeah, no, it was funny when she was telling me that. Who else? There's been a lot of kids that are like, we're white. I was like, I don't know where y'all are going at school,
Uh,
but you are not white.
yeah,
Y'all are light
I don't know.
skins. Y'all are burnt. Y'all will burn in the sun, but you're not white.
Some will try to kill y'all, but it's not. Yeah.
It always cracks me up when they're like, when I've met a lot of Hispanics who are like, well, yeah, I'm white. And I was like, oh no, that's what I was thinking of. I was like, there was this guy that I used to be coworkers with, and
Hmm.
he would be like, they'll ask him like, what are you? Because he's not brown like me. He's not as dark as me, but he has a little
Hmm.
hue to his skin tone, right?
Like
And
a slight It's like crust. It's like a like a light simmer.
And people would ask him, and sometimes white people ask him, like, "Where are you?" Right?
I'm confused how like wait, that's like the weird thing to me. Is like I was like because it feels like for me it's like how much respect do I owe you
Yeah.
right now?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like what level of respect should I give you? No, because I need to know what you are before I advance it further. Like I need to know if I need to give you full respect, quarter respect, or no respect. Depending on what you actually are,
Mm-hmm.
because you look like you could be like me, but you look like you could also not be like me. So I need to know. That's always a weird thing to me.
It is a weird thing, but he would be like, he would tell everybody. He's also a Republican. Shout out to him. Not really,
Not
but
really. He said that really.
and he'd be like, "I'm an American." I'm like, "You're so disgusting." Every time he would say that, I'm like, "You're gross. Get out."
I'm an American.
He would say that, and they'd be like, "No, really." He's like, "I'm an American." So I
It's
looked
like
at. I was like, "Get the
we
fuck
asked.
out."
So I was like, okay, we didn't ask what your status was, so I guess we I guess we understand now. Like it's you kind of answer the question without answering the question.
I'm like that boy Mexican.
Yeah.
He was Mexican, but he's like, I was
Not
born
been
in
like the whole
America,
just
not
like
in Mexico.
just American. Yeah. Well, that part I'm with because like I'm not African American. I'm black. So
Mm-hmm.
like I wasn't like born in Africa to be like I came here, became a citizen or whatever. And I was born here. I'm an American, but I wouldn't be like I wouldn't say like I'm not black or something like that.
Yeah.
It's weird too. Like I was hanging with some friends one time. I was like, or I have a friend that DJs at this club, and so I was like hanging out with them one time, and this guy kid comes up to the DJ booth, and he's like, dude's obviously drunk. He's like, hey, do you know blah blah blah? And I was like, no, I don't know. He goes, yeah, you do. And I was just like, I don't know how you're gonna like tell me I know somebody if I told you I don't know who they are, but it's fine. 'Cause I thought because usually if I like standing around them, like people try like asked me to request a song. I was like, I'm not the DJ. I don't have any power over what's on this his laptop, or if he's willing to play it or not. So I don't know why you come to me and not him. And so he asked me, I'm like texting somebody like while he's doing this. He's like he asked me questions. I was like, bro, I don't know, ask him, you know. And so he's like, all right, man. So the guys are like our heads like pissed off to like a certain level, whatever. And so he's going to get a drink, and so he like asked my friend what he wants, and then like he's like, what does he want to drink? And my friend's like, no, he doesn't drink, and he's like, oh, okay. He turns to me, he goes, hey man, you want like a bottle of water or something? I was like, no, I'm straight, man. Like because like my homeboy always has like a bunch of bottles of water like sitting there, for in case he's thirsty or if I'm there or whatever. It's like, no, man, I got a bottle right here. He's like, oh man, that bottle's almost gone, man. Like, you don't want another one? I was like, no, I'm good, bro. You've already pissed me off. I don't want anything from you, first off, And then again, I said I have a bottle of water already. He's like, you sure? He's like, you sure don't want anything, bro? Like, no means no, my guy. No, I don't want anything, man. And so like, the guy's like, he's like, oh, all right, man. And so like he's like, all right, man. Like that, whoa, brother, okay, And then I was like, all right, whatever. And so like he goes down the stage, like down the stairs on the stage. And for some reason, when he comes back up, he comes up the way where there's no stairs for whatever reason. And so he's climbing up that side of the stage. He like spills his drink, almost like trying like not to bust his face open. And so when he does that, like my friend catches him, whatever, and then he's like, oh man, my bad. So like his whole metal stage is like completely slick. Like any wrong move and you're off this thing, right? And I'm just like this dude is just messing up all night. Like I'm just like, it's whatever. Like he's drunk, whatever. I'm not really tripping. It happens a lot of drunk people at clubs. But it wasn't until this last day that he did that like made me like, all right, I'm about to knock this guy out. So he's like, I'm still texting somebody. He's talking to me. And first I'm like, bro, like you don't know like etiquette, bro. Like you see me doing something, don't come up and start talking to me if like I'm doing something or whatever. But again, intoxicated. So he's like, blah, blah, whatever. He's talking to me, but I'm not listening. Not really listening. And then he goes, I don't know, but like, he goes, hey, you're colored, right? And I said, what did you just say to me? Like, I stopped mid. What did you just say to me?
Oh my god!
he was like, he's like, what? I go, bro, don't you ever call me colored again, man. Like, are you out of your mind? And he was like, what? He goes, yeah, like what are you then? It's like, I'm black. Don't ever call me colored. It's such
Like
a
what
negative, such a negative connotation to like the term color, especially coming from a
mhm.
white guy. Don't ever call me colored. He was like, oh, he goes, but whatever, man. Like, but you're colored. I go, bro, you know what? Step away from me before something bad happens to you. He's like, what do you mean? Go step away from me before something bad happens to you. And he's just like, well, whatever, man. Like walks up. I was like, bro, like what in this day and age is like made you think, okay, I'm about to call this black man colored and get away with it easily. I was like, bro, because I'm thinking if I hit you, you're gonna stupid fall off the stage and die. Then I'm going to jail forever because you call me colored. So like, I'm just like, just leave,
Mhm.
just leave, my guy. But it was just so weird that he would like I don't care what he was talking about anymore. But the fact that he would say that or bring that up, was just had like the guts enough to say it. It's like, yeah, whatever. I'm trying to ask questions. No, bro, don't talk to me like that, man. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
I've never had someone like say like that to me before.
And be like, "What's
That's so weird.
wrong?"
Yeah, why are you upset? What? Why are you choking this like customer? Why are you choking this man out? Yeah,
That's hilarious.
that's crazy.
Nah.
So back to coworkers. Not a question for you before we get I guess started on this whole thing. What's like the dumbest question a coworkers have asked you?
I mean, I used to be a manager, so.
I know, so there's a lot.
So, I mean, do you mean like work wise or like personal?
Anything, anything. Like I have like two that always stick out in my head, but or like or like something that like something stupid a coworkers ever asked you, and you be like, how did you or like to be like we need a test for this job from that one. We need like some kind of regulated test. If you don't pass at least five of these questions, you can't work here. Like it's something no matter what, it could be anything. But
I think
um
I think with me and kind of not judging their stupidity because we all have stupid moments where just like I'm
I
sure I've
judge
done.
stupidity harshly. I
Um,
judge stupidity like a SAT test. So
I don't know. I mean, because there's been so much. There hasn't been a standout one where I'm just like I judge them because I'm like that's the stupidest thing. Like especially my current job. Right now I'm an associate, but I can't say too much because their corporate office is really on the social media thing, so I can't talk too much shit about them. Shout out to my job.
gotcha.
So whatever.
Y'all are watching not today.
Hey, I won't mention your name or anything. So this nameless company that I work for, they're very I don't know because it's a I feel like it's a wild west store where anything goes in a sense, but there's
Okay,
some like very basic rules to follow.
right.
And basically there you have to have I feel like a backbone with customers, like we can't just be like, oh yes, whatever, right? You have to be like, no, you can't do that.
I was always a no guy in my company. They're like, well, call him in here because he'll say no. Everybody else will be like, yeah, we can do that. We'll see what we can do. No. We're not doing all that BS. I don't have time for that. I have 100 things to do right now. I'm not gonna be sitting there trying to cater to you.
So Monday, because you know how I went to that concert, I still have ringing in my ear, but on Monday I was
Mm,
like, I was even worse, right? Like it was really
yeah.
strong and I really couldn't hear anything well. And this lady asked me for something, and I was like, no, the manager can't do that. He comes up to me, and she's like, can you ask him? I'm like, no. And I literally moved on and I closed their transaction because
No,
I was like,
no.
no, he's busy. Get the fuck, like, get out. But I think when I judge them on their stupidity is usually on how fast they can get the register.
I
If it
think
take
I got you.
if it takes you more, like, because I usually, like, when I was a manager, I would give them a month.
How long?
A month. Because this is a different
No.
store. It's not like a regular scan and go store.
Okay.
It's a lot of like people sometimes bargain with the manager, sometimes they remove the codes. And so it's a very like that's why I said it's a very wild wild west store because it's not like Walmart where you just scan and go. It's a hey, I
Okay.
sometimes I gotta ask the manager because somebody wants it less, somebody wants this, there's an issue. So it's a lot of like, you know, more goodwill-ish type than
I don't think
standard.
I've ever tried to bargain at this company. I not that like shopping online, but it's just like when I do, I'm just like, okay, this is cool. I'm never
Yeah, like
like,
if it's a normal, I'm
I
not
wonder
gonna
if I
bargain
could get
at
this
Walmart.
cheaper. Yeah,
You
no,
know,
even like at Goodwill, something like that. If I go there and look for something, it's like, I wonder if I can get this for lower. I've never thought to do that before.
yeah, there's a lot of stores
I
you
will
can.
now. I will now. But
But the one that I work at, you can kind of, you know.
yeah,
And that's why I say you have to have a really a backbone to say no to these people because they'd be like,
okay.
let me tell you the meanest thing I ever did, and I hope she's doing well. I hope she's healthy. Forgive me, Lord. But two things, two people where I
Okay.
was just like, I should have checked my temper, but still. One was she wanted these like these like heating hand things, like
Hand
they're
warmers.
the hand warmers. There you go. And
Okay. The heating hand things.
the hand.
What's that? The what?
But so yeah, they were shut up, leave me alone. I forgot what they were called. What is
But
it?
you said like the two thing, heating hand
Heating
warmers.
things. Warm.
Hot
Hot.
finger
But
mitts palms.
so she was telling me that she was looking for that because her daughter or her niece was in a cancer treatment. And no,
Wow.
hold on. Let me defend myself before you start wowing. Okay, don't wow yet.
Wow. Oh, it was wow.
So I tell her, I'm like, if we have some, they're gonna be there. If we don't,
Hmm.
we won't. And this
Right.
store, like I said, it's not your traditional store. You should come by. I work today if you wanna, check
You
it
should,
out.
you should come haggle.
You should
You
go haggle.
know,
Not to me though. I'll be like, no.
you told me to come by and haggle. I
Not to
can't haggle
me.
with you.
Not personally to me. Don't haggle to me. Um, but basically, so I was like, basically customer service is not number one. Like we
What number
charge,
is
we put up stuff,
it?
you go find it, right? We're not gonna go
What
look
number
for
is it?
you.
Okay.
In my nameless store that I hope never sees this. Um, anyways, so I wasn't gonna look for every. We were super busy, anyways, and so I was like,
Uh,
if it's there, it's there. If it's not, unfortunately, it was sold out. I'm really sorry about your
mm,
situation, right?
mm.
I'm the manager. At this moment, I am the manager because I came back and now I'm an associate. So at that moment, I was the manager, and I was like, no, we don't. That's all we have. Sorry, you can go ahead and leave.
Sorry.
Sorry. And then she's like, what if we ask the
You can
cashiers? Right? And
you can go somewhere else so we don't have it.
I was like, they're gonna look at me. I look at her, right? I was like,
Oh,
they're gonna look at me and they're gonna ask me, do we have this? And I'm gonna look at
yeah.
you and repeat the same thing. So we don't
Right.
have
I've
it.
been there.
She gave me the biggest death stare. And I'm like, I'm sorry that your family member's going through that, but look for a girl. Look, I didn't say that, but I was thinking about like, you mad at me for what? Because you didn't want to look. But
I'm not helping you.
I told you where they're at. I'm busy.
Wow.
But
All this does is make you feel like a horrible associate. Like it's like you wouldn't help her find something. That's kind of like
no,
what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
absolutely not.
up and
No, we
help.
were busy. I
But
still stand by my decision. We were busy,
okay,
and I told her where it was at. She didn't want to go look.
no,
But anyways,
bro. All right.
the second one.
I'm
So
gonna let you finish your stories, but like that has nothing to do with like your associates. Sorry,
I
all
know, but it's
customers.
just me being
I was like, all
randomly
right.
mean to customers. It's because like I can't think of one where they're. It's
Uh,
usually when they're dumb. When they're dumb is when it's just questions like that where they're um, like I think one time where I was just like, oh, I just remember the best one. I was the manager, right? And I
uh-huh.
had one of my slower boys. You know, he's a little dumb, and I was like, shout out to him.
Okay.
Um, and I told him this is exactly how I told him, and I was just like, hey, I need you to grab this box and put it in the back, right, like that, because I knew he doesn't pay attention, right? I forgot where I do, and I go back. I'm like, why is this box still here? He put the other box in the back. That was for a customer, and not the trash that he
Not
was
the
supposed.
trash.
Not the. It was trash. Yeah, not the trash that he was supposed to take out.
It's like trash back. This here stays.
Yeah.
Don't touch.
He was with a customer. I have a policy of not yelling at the associates in front of people because that's embarrassing, right? That went out the door, and I'm like, what? I was like, get over here now. He's like, I'm happy. I'm like, don't care. Somebody else can take care of that. Get over here now.
Okay.
And I was just like, what did I say? And he's like, you told me to throw away the box. I'm like, I literally circled which box to take back, and you still did it wrong.
I John Madden this box here. You still got the wrong box.
Still got the wrong box. I was like, oh my god, that boy was. I don't think he paid. I don't think he's dumb. I just don't think he ever paid attention. But that was one of the ones where I was just like, why are you like this? That, and then whenever one of the associates, I was like, hey, you can leave early if you want, or you can take a lunch and stay later, right? First day. And he's like, I'll take a lunch and then come back. I was like, okay. At 2 hours, like an hour later, I was like, where is he at?
How long are your lunches?
It was like 30 minutes, but I was like, okay, is he new? Whatever, I'll forgive.
He's new.
Let's take I was already looking at the clock, right? But I had called my manager, my store manager, and I was like, well, he's not he's like, oh, it's okay, right? He had gone home. And I was,
he's like, I changed my mind.
Yeah, I was just like, you didn't let me know. He's like, oh, my bad. I was like, that's not what I said. He was always trying to be slick like that. I'm glad they got rid of him. And then I think the biggest one where I was just like, what the fuck? This dude, so I called somebody out for an interview. And I'm like, hey, can you come in for an interview? Like, whatever, right? Can you come in today? Because we're very last minute. We're like, come in today, or when can you?
Yeah.
Very informal. It's a very informal. It's a weird story. It's a very different story. It's not your typical story. So rules are a little different over here. And so he comes in. I don't think I ever told you the story. He comes in.
I haven't heard any of these stories.
He is bloodied up. No joke. Like black.
Like I got a fight last night. You had a fight on the way there.
I will always remember this kid. His face was fucked up. He was in a t-shirt and like some raggedy ass shorts. And I was like, are you okay? You
said now. Like you gave me no chance to change. You said right now. I need this job.
I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm fine.
I kind of commend him though. It's like you must have really needed this to be like, I'm all right. I'm okay.
I was like, what in your mental health thought that was okay? And what's it called? So yeah, he like. I don't know why he thought that was okay.
He's just driving this like, I'll just explain what's going on.
He didn't. He didn't. No. He was just like, oh, I think he said he got in a fight, but I was like, but I had to ask him like, what's going on?
It was like, yeah, I got in a car wreck, and my clothes caught on fire. I had to take
so bad. I thought he did, and I was like, bro, you can go home. Like, I will completely understand.
It's like, bro, I don't want you to die trying to get this job.
Like, this paycheck is not worth whatever.
It's not worth it. Yeah,
it's not worth it. I was like, what the fuck? Bless his heart, though. But yeah, that was probably one of the most shocking things. So anyways, I was just like, yeah, homeboy is not. I told my managers like, no, this is, what the hell is this, right? He calls. Yeah. The guy calls, right? I do the interview real quick. I was like, all right, get out of my store.
Did I get the job?
And then, yeah, and then my manager's like, oh well, my manager, one of my assistants were saying that there was people coming in, looking all raggedy, basically, right? And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not me. and then what did he said? He was all like, oh, so he gets hired, right? For
Oh wow.
whatever reason, my manager, this was not a me hire. That was an all, my manager, I don't know what
It's
possessed
above me
him.
now.
Yeah, it's above me, basically. So I was like,
It's
why
above
did
me
you
now.
hire this guy? Dude was the worst worker. Worst
Yeah.
worker ever. I would be
It's probably
like,
gonna beat up by his last. Probably gonna beat up by his last job.
I would actively be like, do not put this man on my shift. Put it on the other manager shift. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, other manager that I worked with at that time. I was
It
just
is.
like,
Yeah. So that.
do not put these people on my do not put this person on my shift.
That's
And
funny.
he only worked, I think, like a couple of times with me, but I was like, I do not want this boy on my shift. I do not care if I'm shorthanded. I do not want him.
I work twice as hard. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I was like, I'll work. It's
I'm not.
fine.
I'm not doing this.
But
So let me for mine. Okay, see, I have three. I have three as well. Two of them were like regular associates. The one was like assistant store manager, about to become like a store manager.
mhm.
So it's like one of those. So the first two will be the associate. So like I'm helping out at like customer service. I guess I could tell the company I work for is Toys R Us, but they're no longer open. But I was working at Toys R Us, and so the chick is like, it's like she's like staring outside for whatever reason, and like it's raining, and she goes, hey, why does rain not catch on fire when it hits the ground? And I was like, what? Because the question caught me off guard. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, rain. How come rain doesn't catch on fire when it touches the ground? Um, I'm like, sitting there. She goes, because when meteorites fall, they catch on fire. And I was like,
What?
uh, it's like, instead of being like, well, first off, because they're water, I was just like, oh, because they don't fall as far. She goes, oh, yeah, you're right. Because they don't like fall from the clouds. Yeah, you're right. They don't fall from outer space. I was like, yeah, that's the reason why they don't catch on fire. Oh, okay. And so she was like so concerned with this. I just like let it go. And then I had like another, so she comes up to me like just like during Christmas time, and she's like has those little pins or whatever to like distinguish between like real and fake money and all that.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
she goes, how come no, she goes, what's supposed to happen if the money is fake? Because like I keep like putting the pin over it, but nothing happens. Like, what's supposed to happen if it's fake? I said, oh, if it's fake, there's a chemical reaction that causes the money to catch on fire. And she goes, really? And like me thinking like I was like just pissed off or whatever because like Christmas used to always make me mad because I used to hate Christmas, but Christmas used to always make me mad. So I was like, yeah, I'd walk around and tell the people whatever I wanted to tell because I was sick of hearing their questions. And so I'm thinking about myself, right? And so I turn around, my manager's like sitting like right next to me. I'm just like, damn, I think in trouble because like I didn't tell this girl something completely dumb for no reason, just because I was pissed off. And she goes, I look at him, and she goes, really? He goes, yep, it's exactly what happens. And it like goes with it. And like as if like that's she's like, oh, so I guess all the bills that I've come across are real because none of them catch on fire yet. That's just like this. I was like, all right. That's why I was like, we need a test. From now on, we need a test for these people when they come in because like obviously, if she thinks that these things catch on fire, because like what if like the chemical reaction was like slow and you put it in the drawer and it's like catch your whole drawer on fire? Like that makes no sense. I was like, all right, whatever.
Guys, we need to read more. That's
we
what's the issue. We need to read
we need
more.
a better educational system, like
Yes,
hands
we
down.
absolutely
Uh,
do.
and so, well, this is the last one. This one was like it was dumb, but it was hilarious. Um, so like I was a supervisor at the time, and there was like maybe one of the supervisor there, but like They were like sort of new or whatever. So like I was always the person that like I guess 'cause I was there for so long and everybody like I knew most things. I don't like being in a place that like I don't know how to do things, whatever. It just makes me feel dumb and I don't like feeling dumb. So I was like I was like one like the not really, like, I'm really a senior person. Or I guess really like kind of like the senior person there, but like the person in charge. So like the new guy who's about to have his own store. It's like during Christmas, and we have a bunch of associates or whatever. And he's like, guys, he's like, y'all taking too long to put the reshop up. And like, it was mostly because we have a million people in our store right now. Like, it's not anything less than that. We have like this, like the registers are slammed, like all stuff is slammed. Like it's ridiculous, right? And so he was like, y'all taking too long to put the reshop up by trying to clean right now. So he goes, hey, y'all just y'all just focus on reshop, and I'll clean all the aisles. And I was like, so I get on the walk. I was like, hey, are you sure about that? He's like, yeah. Y'all just focus on putting on reshop because you got a guy here with all these baskets. It doesn't make any sense to have all these baskets. Y'all do that, and I'll clean up. I'll clean all the aisles. I was like, I was like, man, you know what you're saying, right? He's like, yes. I go, are you sure? Like, yeah. Okay. So I tell everybody, like, hey, you heard him. He's the boss. So any reshop, whatever, or any cleaning up you see, leave it to him and just do the reshop. And so he's like maybe like 10, not even like 5 minutes goes by. He's like, guys, forget what I said. I need y'all to clean up and y'all do reshop. And I was like, this guy right here, this dude is like the epitome of I've bitten off more than I can chew. I need this to happen now. I need to, I need help. Help me,
Help me.
please. Help me. I'm
I've been
drowning.
that
Like
boss too. I've been that boss.
I would never, I would never say that. That's the dumbest thing in the world to me. Especially doing, no. I would be like, hey, I need, because like for me, I'd be like, I need five of y'all to do this, and another five of y'all to do this. Like delegated that way. Not be like, okay, I'm gonna take care of all of this while y'all take care of this thing. All y'all take care of it. No, that's stupid. It's dumb as hell. But I was like, hey man, if you think you can do it, man, more power to you. But I'm like, I won't stop you. Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask you something. Okay, so you know we went to the concert on
What
Sunday.
concert did you go? I know you went to a concert. I don't know
It was
whose
like
concert
a
you went
little
to.
festival. It was a little ghetto. It was like in a basically in a rodeo esque arena. It was like basically like a roof, and then like everything was just like it was terrible.
Also,
Anyways,
like one of those like was like traveling circuses where like they have like
basically
in a
that's
parking
what
lot
it
of like meet
felt.
the end.
Yes, no, that's basically what it felt. My ears are still ringing. I'm sorry. That's been like 2 3 days already.
Who's playing? In my like
It was
famous or
Frankie
like local
J,
people?
Baby Bash. Like
They still do things. I've heard their names in forever.
it was like a very like 2000s Latino playlist basically.
Got you.
I forgot to get the I got a message
What was
from
that?
I got a
I
message from a former friend
oh,
of my baby
your
daddy's
form.
when they had a huge falling out. So I was like,
Oh wait, huh?
anyways, they had a falling out.
Former friend
Former
and
friend
a
of my
former
baby
friend
daddy's, but
of
he
your
was
baby
just saying
daddies.
happy
Okay,
birthday to my son, which is yesterday's birthday.
that's right.
But yeah, we haven't like anyways. But so
Like
yeah, it was
you
just
like had a sneaky link,
oh
is what
god,
that face was. It's
no,
like,
ew, hell
You said,
no. No, I was just like, ooh,
mm.
like we haven't seen this name in a while. Um, but not like that. No, never. I would,
No baloney.
I would immediately block this person if you ever did that. Um, but so we went to this festival. It took forever. We got there at 4 and we left at 1. Exactly.
Dang.
Exactly. I was so mad. Sorry.
When did, I was like, I didn't do anything. Whoa, brother.
So mad. I'm so
When did
mad.
it start? When did it start?
At 12.
So waited 8 hours for it to
No,
start.
I got here. We got there at 4. Thankfully.
It was just a concert.
It was just like yeah, it was concert, but their setup
Wait,
time. But they would have to set
What
up
time? I said,
between
what time did it start?
at 12.
So you waited 8 hours for it to start.
No, it started at 12. We got there at 4. It ended at
Oh, it's
1.
12 after the afternoon.
12 in the
Well,
afternoon.
that's,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, hold up, like,
No, no, 12 in the
so I
afternoon.
was like,
No, we got
you
there
said
at
they
4
did till
p.m.
1. I was like, when did it start? Like,
12, sorry, my bad. Noon, basically. Noon,
I
and
thought,
then we
I
got there
thought,
at
I
4
thought, I
p.m.
thought you'd
And
be
then,
like, I thought you'd be like, you got there for like so you could get there early, not like you got there 4 hours later.
no, we got there at 4 p.m. Sorry.
Okay.
But
Uh,
that's still a long time.
so like, okay, so it started at 12, but they didn't go on till 4.
No, we got there until 4.
Right. But when did like it started at 12? Who was on at 12 o'clock?
It was like the little artist,
Okay.
but the
And
big
then like
artist came out in the afternoon. But the setup time between each artist was like 30 minutes.
3 minutes.
30.
Okay.
And that's why it took so long.
Hmm.
And then, but this is my question, right? So around 11ish, I was like, I'm
Hmm.
tired. I gotta wake up early because my son wakes up early, and I also have to work later on that day. And I already have Monday plans, right? Because I thought it ended like, okay, 10 should be the latest, right?
12 to 10 sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, 10ish, that around that time.
How many artists did they
They
have?
had a lot of artists. They had a
Okay, because
lot
I
of
know they're like
artists.
we were doing our whole discography. We have 4 artists doing their whole albums from
Yeah,
like ever.
it was like they
But
all took like objectively speaking, each person that performed brought their all, right?
uh,
Like they really, because like I said, it looked ghetto. So when I got in there, I was like, I'm leaving. This is the ghetto. There's a refrigerator right there. I gotta go home. Mom,
a
take me home.
refrigerator.
You haven't heard that? They're like, ooh, TikTok sound. Oh, you're new to TikTok. Never mind. It's
Yeah,
like,
I've only been on for like a couple weeks.
yeah, no, there's like this audio called, or I don't know what it's called, but it goes like, it's from Nene Leaks. And she's like, ooh, not the white refrigerator. We gotta go somewhere. And so if you look it up, you'll hear it, but it's very funny. So that's why when people say like, "Oh no, not the white refrigerator." Um, so I was just like, "This is ghetto." I'm like, no. There was like 4 vendors. No, I lied. There was only 2 vendors.
Mm.
One that was selling lemonade, and one was selling food. And then obviously you have your water and beer stand.
I must say
That's
that
all they
lemonade must have been
had.
on point. That lemonade must be like the best lemonade ever. Like all we have is lemonade. That's all we have to
That's
offer.
all they had.
That's, was a Chick-fil-A because that's the only lemonade I can be like, I can see I just selling just
No,
lemonade and be
I
like,
don't know. It was I think it was a black owned business, but they had
uh,
like a big jar of
big cups.
lemonade. Shout out to them for $6. I was like, okay, this is a good deal.
Okay,
Anyways,
that's not, yeah.
but so that's all they had. So there was no other way to distract yourself. You literally had to
Dang, so
sit
those
and
lines must be
watch.
crazy.
Huh?
Those lines must have been crazy.
Yeah.
2 vendors.
But there wasn't a
Uh,
lot of people. I mean, it was like okay-ish. It wasn't like super filled, but it was okay-ish, right?
okay, okay.
And then so the setup time between the artists was too much.
Yeah.
Way too much. And then so okay, it's already like 11:12. I want to go home. And our mutual friend that we both know, I went with her. I
Oh, I
love
was
her.
like, I was like, wait, who? I
I
got you.
I love her to death. But I was like, I told her, I was like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm like, because we were outside and there was no air
Oh,
conditioning and it's super hot and I was sweating and I hadn't drank a
yeah.
lot because I was cheap and I also didn't bring any cash. And so I
Although,
was,
yeah, I hardly ever carry cash. So yeah, it's hard for me. So I'm like, I haven't think to get cash. I never carry cash. Yeah, I got you.
so I'm just like, I'm over here dehydrated as fuck. I want to throw up. And she's like, no, I want to stay.
But
What would you do? Because
what I do,
I ended up staying because I was like, I told her, I was like, you better dance. Because she's like, I really want to see this band.
you better,
I was
you,
like, you better dance. I
you better,
straight up told her like that, you
you better
better
entertain the
dance.
hell out of me.
I
You
was
better
like,
entertain the hell
you
out of
better
me.
dance because you really, if you say you want to see this band, you better fucking dance. Because I was
What would I
like,
have done?
no, because she wasn't really like dancing. She was like, she was just like,
Two stepping.
yeah. And I was like, I need you to dance. I need to see that you actually want to be here because I'm fucking
Yeah.
tired and I want to go home.
I want you to make me almost go to this ATM, the shady ATM, and get money out to drop a couple bands on. You better dance, girl. You better dance. What would I
What
have done?
would
Who
you do?
drove?
Because I was obviously stuck
Who drove?
there. Because I
She
would have
drove.
left. I would have been, if it was in my car, I would have been like, look, I feel like shit. I'm going to go.
Uh, yeah. So you had a car, but no, I'd Ubered. I'd have found a way. I'd have called somebody to come get me. Um,
I mean,
if
I
they
could
couldn't, if I
have,
could,
but I didn't want to leave her alone.
she chose. She wanted to stay. So it's like I'd be like, I'm for real going. Like if I was like down to where I was like you like thirsty, about to die,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm leaving. Like I'm not staying here killing myself for some group that I can, well, for like a quality, for like this little outdoor festival thing that like it's
I
really
wanted
going
to
nowhere
leave
for
as soon as
artists.
I got there.
Uh,
I saw the quality. I was like, this is the ghetto.
it's like nah. I don't know because like I've like I've been with friends that like uh sorry, my watch went off like something happened. I've been with friends who like, it's like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore, but like usually it's like somewhere far. You know what I mean? Like I'm out there. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay. Like I'm usually like out of town when things happen. I've never been like in my city and been like, yeah, I don't want to be here no more. And then not had some way to get home. You know what I mean? But yeah, if I was like up the street, Stinkadina, I was like, yeah, and I need to leave. And they're like, no, I want to stay. And they drove. I thought somebody could be
Yeah, no, I was at a different side of Houston, but
Still, that's close enough.
yeah, I mean, I felt
I,
like I was so close to calling somebody, but again, I was like, safety issue. I don't want her to stay by herself. Like that's a home move.
she woke up and chose violence when she decided to not leave on some BS. You know what I
But
mean?
I was just like,
Where did like so was she like not thirsty? Hot cheat? Did she have like
I don't know
was
what the
she
fuck. I guess she really wanted to see this band because I was just
was
like,
she,
I was like,
was she
girl,
fully hydrated and like didn't say anything to you? Like, because my thing is like if I'm staying, you know, you better at least buy me a drink or something to where like I'm not
I,
killing
she
over or
should have.
something.
I was dying.
Yeah, like she didn't offer anything. Nah, I'm
Nothing for my
sorry.
compensation. I was just like,
I need you to pay for my time.
I was so fucking mad,
I feel, I
so
feel, I feel
mad.
like those toxic girls was like, if you're gonna DM me, it's $50. Like, if I'm gonna stay here and sit by you, it's gonna be like at least a plate of food and something to drink. I need something,
I need to. Hopefully next time, hopefully one of these
Next
times.
time.
No,
Oh,
no, no. It's
it's
because
like
there was this
next
clip. No,
time.
hold on. Wait. It's because there's this clip that I want to show you that we recorded, but I'm gonna tell you about it. So one
It's
of these
like next
bands,
next time.
that one of these bands
No,
was
no, baby.
like, there were originally two people, and then it's old, so it's down to one person, right? He
Right.
gets on stage off key, and I was like, all right, here we go.
Off key.
I was like, whose drunk
uh,
uncle is on stage? Get him off right now. Right the fuck now. Honestly, it was one of my favorite performances because I think I
That's
love
it.
positive things, but I also love very chaotic things when it's not
Yeah,
happening to me. When I
right.
see it from afar, I think it's the funniest shit in the world.
Of course.
But
That's like if someone trips or fall, you're like, but if you trip or fall, you're like, ugh, that's not
you're
funny.
like,
Guys, stop laughing.
I'm just gonna lay here forever. Nobody look at me.
Yeah.
But so super chaotic, right? We're starting out chaotic, and I was like, all right, here we go. He what? So off key, he's giving all the energy though. Like he's like
Right.
really going for it.
Yeah.
But there's one point where he grabs a girl on stage, and he's like, "How do you
I think
not know the
I think
words to my song?"
I think I saw this on your. I think I saw part of that in your snap. But it was like
Yeah.
when I saw him trying, like he's like, help me guys, and like trying to like pull her up. I was like, no. Is he like trying to? Is he can't because he can he not lift her up, or
No, so
what's
he
happening?
lifts her up, right? That's not the
He was
bad
like,
part. That's not the bad
all,
part.
all her was like, help me guys. I was like, oop, he can't pick her up. No, I can't watch this.
Should I
It's
skip?
it just got real cringy. I can't watch this.
I
Like,
watched it in person. So he manages to lift her up, right? I don't
mm.
know. He's like, "Do you not know the song?" She's like, "No." And he's like, "I need a different girl." And then kicks her off stage. I was like, oh.
Spartans. Oh,
I was like, I
what
am
was the song?
so I don't even know him like that. It was just another artist that
A random guy. You don't know who I am? I have no idea.
oh my gosh. So it's just like I'm
That's funny.
so embarrassed.
I need another girl.
Somebody bring me a different girl. I was like, oh
It's like,
god.
first off, he should be like, who loves the song? You know, like, okay, at least scout the girls who probably know the song, or whatever. And then like, I'm gonna pick one out of the people who know the song, not like pull her up here, embarrass both me and her, and then kick her off stage. Who are you? You don't even sing
Oh,
here.
I was
Uh,
his performance whenever hopefully next time because my sister has the clip so I have to download them.
yeah.
Um, she recorded like basically almost all of it until like the
Your
last.
sister was there too?
Yeah, my little sister, the one
Okay.
that's 16 because she wanted to see an artist from there.
Okay.
But she recorded it and then oh yeah, and then I was getting fights with the lights guy because I'm telling you he had something against me because no matter where I would move them fucking lights were on me, right? And then let me tell you, I felt bad afterward. No, I felt bad afterwards because I was sitting down. Because we went from the bleachers to where the VIP section is at, and then to the main VIP section, right?
Okay.
And then so I was sitting down. I was pissed off. I was ready to throw a fucking chair. I was ready to fight a bitch. I was ready for something.
it's it's not a good party unless someone throws a chair. Anyway.
I was done. And then I'm like with my head down like this, right? Because I'm just like my head hurts. I want to go home, and I just feel the beam of the light on me. That was my last straw. That was my last straw. I was like, get this. I was like, are you fucking serious? Loud. I was like, are you fucking serious? Get this fucking light off of me. People looked at me. I was like, I don't give a shit at this point.
You can't hear me, but get this light off of
Get
me.
this fucking light off. The light wasn't on me no more the rest of the night.
It's like I don't want people to know I'm actually here.
I
I don't
know.
know this
It was
guy.
just like I felt like ass, and then the fucking hot ass light. I was like, I'm fighting people. 100% fighting somebody.
I'm raging against the machine. That's funny.
I'm against the light guy. I was like, I am. My sister's like, you're so embarrassing, and I'm like, I'll fucking fight him right here. But
That's funny.
I think he has something personal against me.
Oh, it's definitely you. Yeah.
I was just like every place because, like I said, I was everywhere. Like
Yeah.
and I'm like, and it's still on me. Like, you want
Oh,
to
he
fight?
kept like it kept putting it on you. Like it wasn't like just one time. You
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
it was several times. Where I told my sisters, all like, does he want to
well, if
fight?
he's trying, well, if he's trying to check you out, he was like, oh, she's kind of cute. I look,
Yeah,
I like
no.
that little
I was
outfit
like,
you
don't
wearing.
put it on so much on me because I will fight somebody.
I like the little outfit you. All you would do is like have hot lights on you, and then you lose a fight. You don't want all
That's
that in
true.
one
That's
fight.
true. But he
You don't
didn't.
want all that in
Thankfully,
one
shout
night.
out to him. He finally fucking removed the light off of
Shout
him.
out to him. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I was like, oh, okay. I just had to fucking almost whoop some ass, but like I really can. But what was the other thing? Oh, and then the drunk guy. Oh my god.
Drunk people, they're the best of the worst.
So I come down from the bleachers, and so we go. Me and my sister go down because we wanted to, like enjoy the concert, and
Uh huh.
our friends stayed up in the bleachers, and
Really?
yeah, because she was like feeling tired. Oh, right, and then.
Hmm. Oh, no, no. You ain't gonna blow past that. Blow past that like you ain't say that. So she wanted to stay, but when it got too close, she didn't want to be there no more. She was,
Yeah.
but she was able to like move down. She's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
No, so she
Um,
was in the bleachers relaxing, And then when it came towards the band that she wanted to play, she didn't want to go no more. But I was already tired. So she went to basically sit in the bleachers, and then I was like, well, I want to enjoy the concert. And it wasn't even. I think I would have still had the energy if the fucking setup time didn't take a fucking 30 to 40 minutes between.
You could
Uh,
take a nap between times.
exactly. And so me and my sister go down because I was like, okay, we want to dance, like we want to enjoy the concert, right? And so she's like, oh, some guy's checking you out, right? And I was like,
Can you dance? I've known you for a long time. I don't think I've ever seen you dance before.
no, I can't dance.
I think so.
No.
I think so.
Mm-mm.
I wasn't sure.
I mean, I can move the one step, like kind of sway,
No.
but
Okay,
not
just say you
like
can't dance.
we'll be like, wow, she can be on America's Next Top Dancer. Hell no. That's
America's Next Top
I
Dancer.
don't know what it. There's like best dance crew. I forgot what it's on. Something.
America's Best Dancer.
They are not hiring me. I can tell you that.
Well, they don't hire people. They
they're not gonna add me to. They're gonna put me on the reels for the people who tried.
Yeah.
That's where I would end up.
We are the ones that did it when.
The ones you laugh at because they're like, who told you you could dance? So I don't really like dance that well, but I wanted to groove, just like enjoy myself.
Yeah.
And so my sister tells me, she's like, I think she's like, somebody's checking you out, and I was like, really? And then
Did you do that whole
no,
like dance, try to look around, see who
no,
is?
because nobody was really dancing. There was no music at that point. Because yeah, there were moments of silence when they were setting up. Yeah, exactly.
They weren't even playing anything like
No,
between.
there
It's
was
just
moments of silence.
completely silent.
Yeah.
30 minutes of silence.
No, it wasn't 30 minutes, but it would last like maybe a good like 15. We were just like
Yes.
Yeah.
That's too much.
And so anyway, so I'm like, okay. I was like, oh Lord, right? And so I turn, I was like, okay. And this dude's like, just like staring like that. And I was like, okay, never mind, right? I was like, I don't ever want to look in that direction ever again, right? And then, and so he starts coming towards us, right? And I was like,
no, thank you.
I was like, the panic started coming, and I was like, oh God. So I'm like dancing, and like when I mean dancing, like I'm like swaying, like, hey, whatever, right?
Hey.
But
that's how I know you can't dance. You said, hey.
I just clap and encourage people to dance. I'm like, yay, you go, sola.
You did a good job. Girl, you doing a good job.
When they're like,
you're
sola,
doing a good
sola.
job. Yeah.
Yeah.
You doing it.
That's what.
Well, like, I'm usually dancing at Mexican parties, so like I'm usually
solo
like
you? Do they go like solo?
I don't know. I'm not even like paying attention, to be honest. I'm just like just doing. Yeah, they're like I'm copying something that they're doing. They're like, oh,
yeah,
like you know this. Like, I don't know what you're saying.
Encouraging the dancing, and I was like, yeah, you dance.
Yeah.
But
now you all out like.
Not me though.
Boy, you doing a good job. You doing a good job.
For real. So I'm just like, oh God, right? So I was like, I told my sister, I was like, okay, shuffle over there, right? So we're like, he comes over here, he's like right behind me, like a creeper. And I was like, okay, let's move, right? So we move. He follows us. And I was like, oh God. And then, so he finally approaches me, right? After being in fucking 10 minutes of weirdness. He approaches me, and then he like gives me like a super drunk smile. He's like, right? And I was like, hey, what's up, buddy? And I literally turn away. And I start talking to my sister.
How you doing there, friend?
How you doing there, friend?
I need...
And then he leaves, right? And I was like, phew. He comes back 5 minutes later.
Drunker. More
Drunk.
confidence. You know what? I'm gonna try this again. Try this one more time. She can't say no the whole night.
I mean, he was a good-looking fella, but he asked me to dance, right? I was like, first of all, I don't know how to dance, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself with a drunk person. That's one. Two, he was super drunk. I could smell the alcohol off of him. I'm like, this basically becomes
alcohol.
a
Yeah.
safety issue for me and my friends, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, no, thank you. And then he said something else. I was like, no, bro, like, just get the fuck out. Just go. He finally leaves. But I was just like, it was like 20 minutes of sheer terror of me, like,
Yeah.
trying to get rid of this random drunk guy who was very good
Mm.
looking. And then I looked at him up because I told my sister, I was like, okay, well, because my friend told me, she's like, I can get rid of him. I'm like, no, he hasn't said anything. He hasn't touched me. Like, we're not going to make a scene if nothing has happened. And then
Yeah.
when I finally look at him, I was like, well, he's cute, but he's short, so I can definitely take him.
Mm-mm.
I was like,
He's short.
I was like, I can like push him down, and then that gives him enough time to run. And but yeah, that was very eventful. Oh yeah, and then so girls there with high heels for like 8 hours.
No chuntaros.
I mean, oh no,
Were you
they
showing?
don't really
Were you
use
showing
those.
the? Were you showing the video of those guys dance with the shoes? I was like, I
The tribal,
never want to see this. I never want to see this in person. This is horrible.
the
I
tribal
never
guys.
want to see this.
They don't use
Yeah.
them anymore. Like that's it's a fad.
Okay. It'll probably come back. Or
Maybe.
so it'll probably come back.
Maybe right now it's
Well,
all
so what's
about
the
the cuz and the trucks and
cuz
the cuz. That's what they call themselves, the cuz or the taquaches,
taquaches?
which basically
Okay.
means raccoon. Technically, it means
What? Okay.
I don't know. And then one time I was like trying to park and my dumbass can't park, so my
I was
sister.
gonna say I don't think you've ever driven me anywhere. I was like
No,
I think anytime we've ever gone somewhere, I think I always drive
yeah, no. So I was
for
trying to park.
for my safety.
And, shut up. And then it was in my apartment complex, so I couldn't park because there were like cars like right next to me, like really close, and
Yeah.
my dumbass can't park. Like I can't park. So I'm over here like crying because I can't park. Um, and then my sister's all like, she tells my dad, she's like, oh, Jackie needs help because she can't park. There's some taquaches, right? So my dad's all like, what the fuck does the raccoons got to do with anything? He's like, why the fuck does the raccoons have to? Like, what is stopping her, right?
I'll cry.
Because
What is
my dad didn't
raccoons?
get it. My sister like, there's truck watches there. She meant there was there were some guys in their trucks, right? And that's the main reason why I started freaking out because I was like, I don't want
I'm
to hit the
laughing. I'm
car.
dying. I'm dying. What's that question?
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck does the raccoons got to do with anything? He comes out super fucking confused, and after I finally managed to park the car,
my sh- I laughed so my shoulder popped out. Like,
he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah. I was like, no. I was like, what she tried to say?
that's funny.
Yeah, but it was. He told me, he's like, I didn't get her what she was trying to say. I was like, no, that's what they call themselves now, Dad.
Why do they call them raccoons?
I have no idea. They were just like, they just actually started here in Pasadena. Like that term started here in Pasadena, and so they call
That's not what
themselves
that's not what it must be known for. Like watches.
taquaches. Yeah, really. If you look up Pasadena taquaches, like that's gonna have the error cut,
Are they?
and then yeah, it's they have the mullets
That's
now that the mullet's back.
uh,
I mean, but it never really went out of style in some
it,
Mexicans like
it,
that. No,
it
not
was
with
always out of
Mexicans.
style, but it was never really in style. It was always out of style, but people for it anyway. Like it was never good. It was never a
Yeah,
good
no,
thing.
I think Mexicans always wore the mullet, but now like it's more mainstream. Everybody has a mullet.
uh,
Um, but what's it called? But yeah, they wear mullets. They're all about their trucks. You know, it's very funny
that's fine.
Mexican American culture because it's really more Mexican American. It's not like Mexican. So it's just
Yeah,
like a
I
weird
got you.
little culture thing that's
That's I'm still down. What's
what the
raccoons
fuck does
got to
raccoon? Yeah, but that's like I didn't get her. Like, what does the raccoon have to do with you not being able to bark?
do? I'm dying.
I'm like, yeah, right there, Dad.
Are they looking at you? What's going on? Why can't you fart? Uh,
Right, that's like okay.
are they? Are they trying to park in your spot or what's happening? What's the,
What are the recruiters doing to you?
are they flipping you off? They ask for money? What's happening? Yeah.
That's so funny.
Now I was gonna ask like what's the so like you're talking about like the drug guy at the little thing. So what's like the craziest thing like I guess like a drunk person is like done like towards you like in the club? I'll go first this time because you have like 1,500 stories. I'll
Sorry.
go first this time.
I really do, but
but
sometimes it doesn't do anything. I really have a lot of stories, so sorry.
yeah. But we have to do like just like a straight up story time, like just pick a subject and just like tell as many stories you can is on that subject. But like you can put like write subject down like a little bowl, whatever, and just like pick out a little fish
I
bowl,
should
something
do
like that. Just
that.
come up
Like
with
I
a
said,
bunch of
I
stories,
have too
whatever.
much.
Yeah. So I was at so my homeboy was DJ. Shout out to my homeboy Brian Rhymes. He was DJing at this club downtown called Celtic Gardens. And it's like the first time he ever mixed there, and so like he invited like a bunch of us to go out there. So it's like me, my homeboy Andrew, this girl that he dated at the time, and then like her sister, whatever, right? And like once there was one other person that was with us, and so place was real small. Then like didn't really have like a dance floor. But it's like a bar and like it had like an opening and like it opens out into like a courtyard, whatever. And like they play like cornhole, whatever. The lighter hue people like to do when they get drunk. Play little games, whatever in the bar. But like where the DJ was like it's just tables. Like it's not really a dance floor. And so like at one point, we got there early. Obviously the setup and all that. So we get there early, and we're kind of just like all just chilling. He sets out, and then at one point we noticed people start like moving the tables and chairs. Not people who work there, but just like random people being like, okay, we want to dance now. So they start like moving the tables and the chairs. And I guess people who work there were just like, that's fine, we don't have to do it. I've never seen it before in my life, but I said, all right. So they start moving on the chairs and stuff. And then so me and my mom we start like dance, whatever, and like this couple comes up and they're like, oh my gosh, y'all are like really good dancers. Can we like dance with y'all? And I was like, I guess I don't like. She's like they really didn't want like there was like a girl her boy her boyfriend whatever, like they didn't want to dance with us, they wanted to like dance next to us, and I was like, I mean there's hardly any room anyway, so we're all pretty much dancing next to each other anyway. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so they're like dancing, and so the other girl comes up, like one of her friends, whatever, and she's standing this close to me, right? She's standing like this close to me. You can't see my hand. She's standing like this close to me, like
Mm-hmm.
like as far as like away from me from where we are. And so she was like talking to her friend. She's like, "Hey, he's a really good dancer." So I'm like kind of laughing. I'm like, whatever, And so she comes to you, "Hey, my friend said you're a really good dancer." I go, "Yeah, I heard her." Like I was like we're literally that close. Like I can hear y'all talking and have this whole conversation right now. And so I was like, yeah. She's like, well, do you want to dance with me? And I was like, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. And so she was like, okay. So she goes like puts her purse down and like next to my friends, and she knows like one of my friends like that she knew her or whatever. So they're talking, and then like this guy comes up to her and like says something to her. I should go and like points at me, and I was just like, okay. And she's like, hey, I told that guy over there that I'm with you, so in case he asks, like we're together. I was like, that happens before, I look
Yeah.
safe, so like it happens before. People, girls were like, hey, if that guy asks, you're my boyfriend, whatever. I was like, okay, whatever. And so I so she comes over, we're like dance, whatever, and like this guy comes up to her and he taps her on the shoulder. And when I said like this guy didn't say any words, he's just like, and she's like, no, thank you. And he was like, oh, oh. And she goes, I said no. He's like, oh. He looks at me. I was like, she said no, bro. He goes, ah. And she goes, bye bye. Like just like that. I was just like, I was like, okay. That's like, strike two, guys. Who else wants to come up and get faced? So, she does that, and then like after like she like dances with me a little longer, whatever. And like towards the end of the night, she goes, hey, we're gonna go to this club, whatever. So we're leaving. And I was like, all right, y'all have a good one. And like I didn't drive there. Like my homeboy drove there. Like he drove us all there. Like this, like a. So I was like, I'm not going with y'all. So he's like, so she's like, yeah, we're leaving. I was like, all right, have a good one. And she was like, just let you know, you are so cute. And I was like, thank you. But she like grabs my face and like kisses my cheek. And I was like, okay, cool. And she like kisses my other cheek. All right. She goes, it's just like making out. Like my eyes go, they dart in my face. Like I was like, like, first off, how'd you know I didn't have a girlfriend? You just like started just making out with me out of nowhere, and I was just like, what? I've never been in a
What
situation where like I had some chick like
the
just like take my face and like no with no regard of any kind of like maybe he's like was just being friendly. He could have been gay. I don't know, but it's just like
She's like, we're vibing. This is.
yeah, this is what this is now. I was like help! I need an adult. I need an adult. And
Um,
nobody helped me. I was just like, okay, I don't. All right. And then they left. And I was just like, I feel hella violated right now, my guy.
911.
It was like white girl, black guy. I'm going to jail first, like
Yeah.
before she would. But it's like,
I have
I don't know. I'm scared.
one more drunk person story, then I gotta get off because I gotta go pick up my sugar baby. But
Sugar baby.
my sugar
Who
baby,
you
my little
who you
baby,
paying for?
my son. Who the fuck else?
Who you paying for? Let me find
I
out.
took him to Chuck E. Cheese yesterday for his birthday.
You tell me like you taking application or is your mom? You know, like
No, she yelled at me today.
hurting your ego, but either way.
She always yelling at me, but she yelled at me because I told her to move like this, and she's like, "You never talk to me like that again." And then I was just like, "Mom, you called me stupid." And then she responded, "You always with your trauma." I'm like, "But do you not see the correlation?" Anyways, that was a regretful decision that I made that morning because it took like an hour away from my morning. She
Yeah.
was just like fucking just talking to me and giving me a lecture like usual. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about my mom this episode. Um,
Too bad.
shut up. No, I was at Drink Houston with my friends. It was like 2011.
I was like Drinky's been closed for a long time, so
No,
it's
this
been
is like 2011. This is like when I was like 20, 21. 21. It had to be like 21 and up.
yeah, I was like, I think it'd be like at least 21.
And so everybody was dancing with somebody, and so I was like the one left out, right? I was like, whatever, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just dancing around them, like not around them, but like they're couples, and then like fifth wheel,
Dancing around.
and just like going in a circle. Anyways, so this guy's all like, do you want to dance? I was like, yeah, sure, right? I was like, I'm not dancing with anybody, right? So I'm dancing, and I'm not even being inappropriate, right? I feel this
Okay.
hot boner.
I'm not being
You know,
inappropriate.
like dancing all weird. I wasn't dancing like that. I was just dancing whatever. Anyways,
Okay.
so but my leg was still in between his legs, right? And I feel the hot boner. Hot
Your leg was
boner
between his leg.
between. I was like, oh
Of
my
dirty dancing.
god! I was dancing, and we're just like, and then like, and I was like, what is that? And
What is that?
I'm
Never.
sobering
I've never
up. I was
felt.
like, what the fuck is that?
I've never felt this before.
I was like, what is that? And then I realized that he had a boner. And I was like, oh my God. And I just like stopped and I grabbed my friend and we went to the restroom. And I was like super traumatic. And I never saw him again. And I was like, thankfully. And that's why I didn't dance with drunk guy on Sunday because I was like, I'm not having a hot boner part two, okay? Y'all can no.
10 years later,
10
part
years
two.
later, yeah,
Like,
basically. Nah, get the fuck out. So yeah, I was just like, oh no. But that was very traumatic moment with
I
with
bet that
drunk guy.
sounds horrible.
It was
I had something like on the opposite of that. Well, not opposite, but like so like I don't know if you have time for like one more quick story. What you
yeah, I
got
have
going?
one more. And
Well,
then after this I
okay,
got
so
sure.
all right, there you go. So like I was at Cabo and at Kiva Seabrook, and like this chick was up to me, like her and her friends were like trying to dance or whatever, and like I was like that's cool, and then like this chick like does like this like down my body, and then like comes up and like puts her face like in my crotch, my face, my junk just goes on her forehead, just like slides down, just like what are you doing? I was just like, and like the thing is like it was so crowded. There's like people, like 10 to 12 people on each side of me, and I'm up against the wall. I was just like, I don't know who you are. I didn't ask for this. But thank you. And I was like, it's like, and like the worst part is she turns to her friend after she goes out, hey, switch me spots. She goes, this guy almost got me pregnant. And I was just like, first off, I didn't want this at all. And then like when she does like her and her friend switch spots, and I'm just like, okay, now I'm getting raped again. So it's just like I'm just getting like raped at these clubs. I don't know why I keep going back. I just keep
Oh
getting just like
my
I just
god.
keep getting raped at these clubs, and like I'm supposed to like it or something. Like I don't know who you are, ma'am.
You're like, thanks.
I need y'all to stop. I need an adult, and no one is coming to help me. You know, like I'm so afraid. But yeah, it was bad.
Oh gosh.
As my friend was like, she almost like knocked herself out. I was just like, bro,
You're
that's
like,
what jump.
ma'am,
Yep.
you're too close to
Yeah.
my no-no regions.
this is this is right there. Yep. Uh-huh. That's it. Yeah, you found it.
Oh my god. These people be wilding
Yeah,
out. I'm like, what happened
it's
this
crazy.
I just remember
That's crazy.
one last one, and this is like, and this is a
One
quick one.
last, one more
One
last.
last. That's it for sure. After this one, I remember I was waiting in line. This is I for sure was like 21. I was waiting in line because we were trying to. There was it was like a club that was like several little clubs in it. You know, like different room had different music.
Like Drink Houston.
Like Drink Houston, but it was not Drink Houston.
Okay. I don't know why you should say that.
Anyway, so I'm like in line, and then I'm waiting because it's like super crowded, so I'm waiting to go by, right? And this
hmm
short motherfucker just starts going like this on my ass, just like this, just like starts massaging me, and I was like,
Was he like at ass level? Like
yeah, yeah,
was he
yeah,
like
yeah,
was he a
yeah. He
midget?
was
Was he
definitely
like
ass level. He was just like, I'm like,
how? Because you're only like 5'6". You're 5'6", right? So you're not that tall. So he must be like short.
he was definitely
Like
shorter than me. But do it now, I will fight you. Then I was just like, oh my gosh, what do I say? That
what
was
do I say?
what do I say? Now it would have been like, get your ass out of here.
What do I do? Okay, one
But
more short of what I got, and I got you. Like I was walking back.
what? They're gonna be
I was
like, why were
walking
you
back
there to
to.
pick up your son?
It was like I was walking back because like you used to have to go upstairs out like
Mhm.
at Cabo. So like I was like walking upstairs like, to leaving one time, and this lady was like sitting at like the pool table, and like this guy went by and she like cupped his balls real quick. She's like, and I was just like, and like I turned to my friend like I'm dying laughing, right? And this is another instance where it's like it's funny if it doesn't happen to you, but what happens to you like what the fuck? So uh she's like she does it to him whatever, and I thought they knew each other, so I just kind of bust out laughing, and like she just like she caught him off guard whatever, and then I'm like I'm turning my head, I'm looking at it, I'm like laughing and whatever, and as I'm walking by she does to me, and she's like, oops, I thought you were my boyfriend, and I was like, what? And my homeboy busts out laughing, and then he walks by, she hits him with that, oh my bad, I thought you were my boyfriend, and I was like, she's out here just filling up all the hot dogs in this place. How you this is not a grocery store, man. You don't just go through and like and touch
Do I want
touch
this one?
all the pro. She's like, uh, uh, ooh, like
It's all right.
found the one I wanted. Yeah, like what? That I was I've never seen that before. I've never seen it since either, but
Wow.
that was
Women are
crazy.
wild. People are wild
Like
in
she,
general.
yeah, because like it's funny because like women would be like, well, this always happens to me. Like, no, chick, that happens to me too. Don't like, don't act like it's just women getting groped in like in clubs and stuff that like that happens to me all the time. Like,
That's
I was with another friend and she had like almost had to stop this chick from like touching me one time when we were at this club. I was like, bro, it happens to all of us. Don't be like, well, it only happens to women. The women are only the ones that get touched. Nah, chick, me too. All right, me too. Me too.
adding to the Me Too movement.
Yeah. Me too movement. Me too. You feel me? Not just y'all. Don't play. Me too. But yeah.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta pick up my
Gotta go.
baby
But
before they call
yeah.
the cops on me for child abandonment.
Your mom would let that happen. She's
My
like,
mom was like,
my son's there. My son was there. Go get my son.
are you in our house? I was like, Mom, come the fuck down. He was sneezing. She's like, is he okay? I'm like, Mom, he's
it's
sneezing.
dust.
Calm the
It's
fuck down.
dust.
Like,
It's dust. It happens.
But
But my baby.
moral of the story: keep your hands to yourself, guys. Don't
Yes.
touch. Don't be
Keep your
touching
hands to
hot
yourself.
dogs
No, 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 no.
in the clubs. And
These eggplants are for display purposes only, man. Do not touch the merchandise.
my goodness. But I will see
But yeah,
y'all hopefully
check me on
next.
TikTok. Check me on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Yes. I'll see y'all hopefully
Black
later on this
Sheep
week.
Digital. But yeah,
But
see y'all later.
hold on,
Boy Overlord.
hold on,
And I guess I'm out.
hold on. I'm about to stop. Bye, guys.